Oh, good morning. My name is Peggy Venable, and I'm here representing Americans for Prosperity. We have long supported spending limits, and we're lucky that in Texas we currently have a spending limit. We believe this is an improvement in our current spending limit. I think much of the discussion today is really focused on what government wants and needs are, and what we really want to focus on are citizens' ability to pay. And that certainly is represented well in the inflation plus population. We may not be buying cement and road material, but what we are purchasing is reflected in the proposed spending limit. You know, Senator Phil Gramm, at the time he was senator, often used a story that we all know, but I will say it again. They always ask the question, is this government program really worth taking more money from the ink-stained hands of Dickie Flatt? So I think that's what we should consider again as we look to grow government. And Senator West, I appreciate what your discussion was regarding education, but during a 16-year period when student population was growing in Texas, yes, but enrollment grew 19.7%, and at the same time, education spending grew 93.3%. I think we can all recognize the fact that government can tighten its belt. I think we all also know that during a period of time when the student population grew, I want to say 34%, maybe 38%, teachers' population in Texas grew under 50%, but non-teaching staff in our public schools grew a shocking 173%. So I believe there are ways to get more education for our dollars, and we would look forward to working with you to do that moving forward. Again, this is something that we believe is good for Texas. I might just mention one thing, and I'd be happy to share this with everyone after the hearing, that the Federal Reserve Bank did a study, Jason Savings did it, Why Texas Grows Faster, the Role of Smaller Government. And they went over the population and inflation and why Texas' economy was growing faster than other states. And they surmised that it really had to do with the fact that we believe in smaller government.
Peggy Venable, Peggy, I believe that there's, taxpayer bill of rights operating in the city of Houston, technically a tax and expenditure limitation. I assume there's other areas as well. Would you like to comment on that?
There are. Certainly TELs and TABORs have sprung up in local governments in Texas and across the nation. And then going back to the reference to Colorado, Colorado in their TABOR had two things which I don't think this bill contains. One is really a ratchet down. In times of a poor economy, the state would spend relatively less money. And even in looking at TABORs, we believe that the spending should remain fairly constant in a down economy. We didn't support that, but it also had the relief button that taxpayers could vote to bust the cap or to spend more than what the TABOR number was, and they have voted to do so. Some people say that means then that the TABOR doesn't work. I believe just the opposite. I believe it shows that it does work, that people should have the opportunity to determine just how much government they want and are willing to pay for.
Excuse me. Peggy, you're talking about TABOR. I'm not.
I'm so sorry. Another witness had referenced the Taxpayer Bill of Rights, which is often called a TABOR,
Okay,
which is a tax and expenditure limitation. Yes, sir.